All right, everybody. In this video here, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into the restoration of your personal credit. Gotten a lot of really good feedback. I can see that people are really interested in kind of this mystery on how to either build credit or restore credit. You know, what's legal to do, what's not legal to do. There's lots of different offers that you can find on the internet. A lot of them are scams. Some are legit. Just so you know, real quick heads up, if you ever hire a credit repair company, they cannot charge you fees in advance for the work that they do. They have to actually perform the work, and then charge you after. So if you're getting people that are trying to come to you and trying to sell you something and charge you an upfront fee, that's illegal for obvious reasons, right? They would charge you the money, promise you that the world that they're going to do all these things for you, and then disappear and or get you no results, and uh, you're stuck with the same bad credit. So my goal here today is really just to show you how I used to help hundreds of people literally throughout the United States restore their credit. Just a little bit of my background in this. I was a certified debt arbitrator. I also had a partner years ago in the debt settlement and credit restoration arena who used to work for TransUnion, which is one of the three major credit bureaus. So he was a credit manager for that company. So one of the three major credit bureaus, credit repositories that actually provides you with a credit score that major lenders will check. He actually was a credit manager for that company. So kind of got the inside scoop. And of course, I used to go to seminars and training and so forth and learned a lot about it. And then went through my own credit crisis, if you will, with a bankruptcy, and was able to boost my score about 200 points, most of which happened in 45 days. The remainder happened in 6 months, which is pretty incredible if you understand that bankruptcy is a public record that sticks to you like glue. It used to be for 7 years, now it's 10 years. And, people tell you it's impossible to get it off, and you'll hear all kinds of crazy stuff. Because people are just uninformed. So, anyway, my goal here today is just to show you that you can repair your own credit for free. You don't need to pay a credit repair company. You don't even need to buy the credit reports from the credit repositories. You can go um, to annualcreditreport.com and get one for free every year. You're entitled to one by law. Federal law entitles you to one. So you can come here, or you can actually go directly to the credit bureaus, credit repositories, credit agencies. It's all the same thing. TransUnion.com, as you can see here, is one. And let me scroll up here so you can see that. And you can even dispute for free. The only thing that the way that they make their money is by charging you for the credit score. They give you a FICO score that was developed by Fair Isaac Company to uh, to help lenders decide whether you are going to be a good or a bad credit risk. But by federal law protects you. It's called the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. These laws protect people, consumers just like you and I, from the credit agencies and also from debt collectors and from their abuses. Because obviously, if you have a bad score, then your score affects how much interest you're going to pay. And that could, if you get a house loan, most people come to our sites looking for a rent to own home, and eventually they're going to get a house loan. If you have a high interest rate over 30 years, I mean, you can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars over that time. So the goal here is to help you succeed and be able to get a low interest rate with a high credit score if you decide to go that route. And this is to show you how to do it. So you can come to TransUnion. If you want to dispute your credit, you can come here and click here, and you're entitled to do that by law. It's pretty simple to do on the internet. All you got to do is just answer their questions. Obviously, you got to get your copy of your credit report, go through it. You want to look for inaccuracies, for things that are out of date, things that are not they're not complete, and also things that are not verifiable. You know, the irony in credit is that you're guilty before proven innocent, when it should be that you're innocent before proven guilty. So it's really, the onus is on you. You've got to go in and say, listen, you're saying that my credit is like this or like that, prove it. And if they can't verify it within 30 days that what they're reporting against you, if it's negative, by law, by federal law, they have to delete that. If they don't delete it, they get in big, big trouble. So what happens is their information is sent out to places like India and other Philippines, and these folks are getting paid, not a whole lot of money. That's why they ship it out to be done out there, and they have a time limit to where they're called checkers, and they've got to check your dispute, see if it makes sense, and if it doesn't, or if they just simply don't have enough time in the time they're allotted uh, to review your credit report, it's just sometimes easier just to delete it. And so it's amazing. You'll see within 30 days. I oftentimes say 45 days just to give yourself time if you have to order your credit report by mail. But within 30 days, sometimes even less, especially with Experian, um, you'll get back your credit report in the mail with all kinds of deletions on it. If you get a deletion from a collection or a tax lien or a bankruptcy or whatever, your score can go up 20, 40 points per account. So when you go to for those of you that have ever gone to a mortgage company to apply for a mortgage, or if you've gone to get a car loan or whatever, you know that a couple of points by itself can stop you from what can mean all the difference between what interest rate you get. So imagine getting 20, 40. I mean, I did 100, 200 points on mine, and I've done 100 points for other people numerous times just by doing what I'm showing you here for free. So hope you can appreciate the gravity of what you're learning here. So this is TransUnion. You order your reports, you check them for inaccuracies, for verifiable information. You come to experience the same deal, and you can see you can dispute your credit report information here. And then you want to come to Equifax. And you want to do all three because the information that they report is different. These are competitors. They compete against each other. They're not government agencies like a lot of people think they are. They don't work together. The only time they have to work together is when there's some kind of like a identity theft going on, and by law they're forced to. But these are competitors against each other, right? So you want to come to each one and make sure. You'll see that that's why you have varying credit scores. You might have Equifax is 700, but TransUnion is 300, right? I mean, I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. There's a big discrepancy there. How is that? Well, because not every lender reports information to each bureau the same. Sometimes they don't report at all. And so that's why, the credit repositories, the credit agencies like this one, Equifax, is only going to develop a credit score for you based on what information they get or they don't get. So you've got to go through them. It's up to you to go through them. And these companies have been sued numerous times. You can Google it because they have provided or they've hurt consumers when they try to get loans um, because they were reporting inaccurately or they were reporting outdated information. There's certain time limits that they're allowed to report information, and then they've got to delete that information. So I hope that helps. Again, I haven't gone into a whole lot of detail in this video. I got to keep it short, but I hope you get the idea here that you want to come to TransUnion, get your report for free. You only pay if you want to get a credit score. You go to Experian, and then you go to Equifax. If you want to get them all free, which you're entitled to per year, you can go to annualcreditreport.com. You get it for free. They will try to sell you the credit score if you want to. You can always look at what your credit score is today, and then after you've done the disputing, then you can see how much it's gone up since then. And that's a great little gauge that you can do there if you'd like to do that, but it's not a required thing to do. So I hope that helps. That's kind of like an inside look at how to restore your credit. I'm not kidding. You can do what I just described, and within 30 to 45 days, a lot of times less, you can see literally up to 100, even 200 points jump in that time. And that's all you have to do. You don't need to do these month to month to month for years. Credit repair companies like Lexington Law and these other companies, it's not necessary to do that or pay 5,000 or $10,000 for somebody to give you credit repair, and worse, never let anybody give you a new federal tax ID number or something like that. That's a federal offense. You'll go to jail. You don't need to do that. Do what I just described. It's free, and that's it. So, hope that that helps. And if you are interested in learning more about real estate investing, check us out here on pushbuttoninvestor.com.